Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. If you're new, welcome and welcome back to the KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently up 0.4% to 49,014. Ethereum up 1.78% to 4135. My mission is to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, and also gain real wealth in the process. I focus on the institutional mindset. If that sounds good, please subscribe to YouTube. Rule 774 is so important. The crypto space is an emotional roller coaster. That's why it's really important to master yourself. Without self-mastery, you'll find the market an absolute nightmare. Just as cryptos have a trend, also your life trend is there. And we focus on real wealth as a trend inside the community. Real wealth includes money, but much more than that. Also, inner and outer peace, fulfillment and meaning, purpose, fearlessness, kindness, integrity, and decency. It's easy to view the outside world as inherently hostile. Many people focus on competing. However, you don't need to compete because you're completely unique. No one in the history of this world will be like you. You're absolutely unique. The mold has been broken. Therefore, you are worthy. You deserve kindness, love, meaning, and every success in life. That's why the focus on real wealth is so important. Crypto is incredibly volatile. That's why it's important to think institutionally, make in advance probabilistic choices, know what you will do under 3 scenarios. If prices go up exponentially, if prices go down exponentially, or if prices just move sideways and get really boring. When we don't make these choices, we worry and lose sleep at night, especially in the crypto market. Worry increases problems. The crypto markets are incredibly volatile, much more volatile than the stock market. In zones 1 and 2 of KS zone analysis, people seek 100% certainty to be 100% correct 100% of the time and 0 loss. That is just unattainable in the crypto market, but because people want this, they can do what is called the light switch effect, which is go all out or all in. What we do as professionals, as smart money, as institutions of one, in zone 3 and zone 4, is we run the numbers, we collect probabilities, and we scale in and scale out. Traders are always taking profit. They are always seeking to have money available as dry powder. Professional traders and investors actually welcome negative news. Negative news means that people in zone 1 and zone 2 will do the light switch effect and panic and go out. People in zone 3 and zone 4 are buying what people in zone 1 and zone 2 are selling. Rule 45, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. This means what Bitcoin does, it can drag the entire market down or drag the entire crypto market up. It's really important to look at. Where could Bitcoin go right now? If we look back in the past, we've had a long tail rejection down. We had one here, one here, one here, and one here. So we have a couple of particular data points that we can compare things to. What could potentially happen next? We've got 3 scenarios. Basically, just boring, goes horizontal for a while. And we've got a bearish scenario and a bullish scenario. Let's have a look at that. It always takes time for price to move around in a crypto market, in any market. When we see price getting above this resistance line, that will come into play at around 50,931. When we get above that, we can start to see if the next resistance line will be attacked. That is quite a likely scenario. It's what we would call a neutral scenario. If price rejects down, we're entering bearish scenarios. What is the natural floor for this? We can see, depending on how much panic sets into the market, around 39,600 would probably be around the low. With crypto, you never know. It could go lower, And if it goes lower, that's an absolute bargain. And we'll be there with our 10-5-10 fund if we possibly can be. And I understand that some people are just locked into their positions at the moment. Don't worry about it. This is crypto. You'll get many opportunities to do better next time. And of course, it really depends upon your focus. If your focus is long-term investment, you may just want to leave it there and just accumulate. If it's trading in and out, always taking profit when things go green is a really good idea. A more bullish scenario is that we encountered this resistance line, get above it, maybe consolidate a little while in between the 53,000 or 54,000 and 51,500 mark. Getting above this resistance, the resistance playing in at 54,500 is really bullish. That's what we would want to see. And where do we think that crypto is going? Is it in a bear market? Is it going down? Or is it just taking a breather and going up? To answer that question, we need to look at the technical composition of the market. What we can see is so long as price remains above this particular line, which would play in all the way down to 30,000 approximately, everything is pretty much fine. Of course, we have another particular line here playing in around the $47,500 mark. We can see prices being reasonably supported by that at the moment. But even if we get downward momentum, and there are reasons to think we could get that from a probabilistic stance, it's not really problematic. Coming up and forming a bottom around here or even down around the $30,000 mark is absolutely fine, because there's things happening in the market at the moment. This is not just normal price action. And that's what a lot of people in the crypto space miss, because they don't think from a perspective of smart money or the institutional perspective. That's what we specialize on in our community. The journey to the top is always very volatile. Expecting 20, 30, 40, 50% drops in price, you should get ready for those. That's what crypto is all about. The volatility is really hard to deal with. That's why I put out a Real Wealth series. Episode 349, 10 Steps to Master Fear, could be really helpful. Rule 28, opportunities reset daily. This is a beautiful thing about crypto, and especially about life. Every day is a new day. I want to quickly take you through the top 32 so you can get a really fantastic appreciation of how the market is reacting. We can see Bitcoin slightly under resistance, Ethereum bouncing from support, Binance Coin incredibly strong. Look at the relative difference between these patterns, just unbelievable. We can see Sol just coming in under resistance at the moment, but Sol has been incredibly powerful for a very long time. Cardano under resistance, XRP under resistance. We can see DOT currently accumulating around its current price range. Luna just absolutely took to the moon yesterday, and we always say don't FOMO in, buy in layers of support down, never buy at market, don't do retail, do smart money. That's what we're all about. Since then, Luna has come down about 17%. The difference between traders and investors, traders are always taking profit. We can see Doge is under resistance, AVAX looking really strong, coming back into support. We can see SHIB under resistance as well. Matic looking very nice technically. Litecoin under resistance. Uni under resistance. Algo just struggling to get above this resistance, not looking too bad in comparison with all the others. Chainlink still under resistance. Another difference between investors and traders. Traders look upon different cryptos as just stock. They convert money into crypto, and when that particular crypto hits the particular target price that they want in terms of profit, they sell it. Traders treat their money like a business. Their money is the stock, and they convert that money into stock all the time and just go for turnover. We can see Bitcoin Cash under resistance, Tron, TRX under resistance. Decentraland Mana has done a fantastic bounce, but it's still under resistance. Axie Infinity coming back to support, looking quite healthy. We can see here, we can see Stellar, thank you Beardy. We can see Stellar just basically under resistance, multiple levels of resistance. VET is also under resistance, multiple levels. We can see Cosmos under multiple levels of resistance, and FTX token, FTT, under resistance as well. EGLD is finding support. ICP under resistance, as is Filecoin. We can see SAND finding support. HBAR significantly sold off and under resistance, multiple levels. We can see Theta under resistance but starting to potentially come up. We can see Ethereum Classic under resistance, and NEAR coming back into a lower level of support. Looking at Bitcoin's technical analysis, Bitcoin is currently trading at 49,083. We've seen this spike down, coming up to a level of support, an upward level of support. We're seeking to get above the 49,305 resistance line, but there's a couple of things to be aware of. Evergrande has US denominated debt repayments today, one for 41.93 million and one for 40.56 million. We need to keep this in mind because Evergrande has basically said it's under stress and may not be able to pay its debts. That could mean that the US stock market views that very negatively as a proxy for the Chinese property sector market. Looking at the Fear and Greed Index, it's currently 18. It's showing extreme fear. This is the fantastic time to get in. This is where smart money always buys, to lower the average buy price as price goes up. You don't want to be buying up here when you can be buying down here. Buying up here when you can be buying down here. Fear is a fantastic smart money gauge. It's the ultimate DCA or dollar cost averaging strategy. When it's really, really fearful in the markets, go in. Every day we cover key events so that you've got your finger on the pulse of market moving news. We can see the Mt. Gox remediation hasn't occurred. There's nothing coming out of their reserves. The Omicron variant is making its way around the world, as we can see. We have 906 confirmed cases, and it's getting into a lot of different countries at the present time, which is to be expected. We have 48,854 probable cases. There's a lot of talk about tapering because Jerome Powell says that inflation is out of control. In fact, inflation has been coming down since the 15th of November, and it's dropping quite substantially. We can see that through the 5-year break-even inflation rate and the 10-year break-even inflation rate. We can also see that the airlines index has been under duress since early April. It's been coming down. The other transportation indexes stage a bit of a rally from the 21st of September up to around the first week in November, and they've been selling off. Looking at Bitcoin in the Indian rupee, the local currency, when the particular regulations were coming out or being discussed as Bitcoin and crypto will be banned in India, we had this very substantial sell-off. Things have been going pretty flatline, but as we've noted, the actual drop in Bitcoin's price is just being reflected in the Indian market, as is the uptake that we're just seeing now. We can say this particular price action is not caused by anything inside India. It's just the normal price action of Bitcoin. We need to be aware of the Evergrande situation. And a lot of people say it's Evergrande, but it's actually Evergrande. However, looking at the top 7 Chinese property firms, we can see they have combined net debt of over $1,000 billion. Everybody's focusing on Evergrande, but the property problem is so much larger, and that is reflected in the shares price, the falling share prices of all of these 7 major players. When things start to repair, when things start to get better, we'll see these prices go up. At the moment, they're going down. If you hear negative news and you just want to run, that's exactly what smart money wants you to do. You need to be smart money. You need to get rid of this light switch and move into the dimmer. And I know it's really difficult to do, but the important thing to note is everybody starts in zone 1, which is the fear zone, the panic zone, and they go to zone 2, which is the blame zone, getting into zone 3, the patience and rule zone, and where we focus on probabilistic fearlessness is what it's all about. It's a journey that every single professional trader and investor has taken. If you're feeling fear and panic right now, it's good to just step back. This is just how the crypto market works. The metals can also give us a really good indication if war is to break out or industrial production is picking up. There's so many things that metals can give us an edge on understanding. We can see the gold price has been falling down since the 2nd week of November. This is generally quite a good thing. When gold tends to rally, it's typically the political tension or potential war is breaking out. I know there's some issues in Russia at the moment, but gold isn't registering them. So that's actually quite good. We can see silver also selling off, and we can see palladium and platinum also selling off. Iron ore has been in a steady decline. If you're new to our community, a very warm welcome. One of the things that happens, smart money publicizes these incredible returns in Bitcoin and crypto to draw new investors and new traders in, and never tells the downside, the negatives, the negative 50%, negative 40%, negative 30% that happens in the crypto market all the time. Stocks move really, really slowly. They're like watching grass grow in comparison to crypto. Just please keep this in mind. These incredible percent gains are because of incredible percentage losses as well. The US stock market hasn't opened yet, but we can look at the futures data to give us some kind of edge. We can see there's a lot of fear currently in the US market because price has been coming down. In all probability, it's because of Evergrande. We can see that light crude oil price is under resistance and sold back to a level of support and bounced. We can see the bond prices are starting to get above resistance, but they're not too far away from that actual now support line. We can see that the bond yields are starting to break below support, but again, it's very, very early days. Gold is significantly under this resistance, but it's hitting a level of support. It looks like it's going to bounce. And we can see the DXY, the US dollar currency index, is moving up. A lot of economic commentators say that the DXY moves inversely from Bitcoin and crypto. Just have a look at this. When we look from, say, the 22nd of July forward to now, Bitcoin has been going up and the DXY has been going up. Be really, really careful of buying into what economic commentators say. Turning to the KS model, which is a crypto technical trading model based on institutional price psychology, we are in the bull market psychology phase of the current market cycle, and we know that overwhelmingly positive focus is a part of the crypto market at the moment. So what's happening? Is it really positive, you say, Ken? But why is the price going down? It looks to be China. China has played quite a role in pushing prices down. Before, just in May, we experienced this sell-off. Why was that? Because of the China miner exodus. What happened here when we got this secondary sell-off? It was China banning foreign exchanges, crypto internet providers, and banking on-ramps and off-ramps. What about this? And it was also Evergrande. What about this one? We're seeing Evergrande saying to the Hong Kong Stock Exchange that it's potentially going to default. And there are another couple of other reasons in there, but it seems to be China-centric. What happens after these China-centric moves occur? Price comes back. That's why it's really important to actually take that negative news and use it to your advantage if you possibly can. That is what smart money always does. Smart money doesn't light switch. It deploys the 10-5-10 fund, the volatility fund. If you don't have the 10-5-10 fund, that is completely okay. It takes time to understand that having a bit of dry powder out for times like this can be incredibly profitable. And if you would like to understand more about the KS model, I put out a special episode 352. I hope you like it and you find it really useful. People have asked me, Ken, is the KS model expecting 486,000 on the 25th of May 2022 still in play? Yes, absolutely. Now actually more than ever. But the critical thing is don't FOMO in terms of these negative prices. Always buy in layers. There are potential downside wins coming, and that is just fantastic opportunity to accumulate at a lower price. If you can't, it's just a good opportunity to just hang on. We've had an unusual number of black swan events. Black swan events push the price down dramatically. When these things happen, they're the ultimate buying opportunity. So many people got in at around 30,000, and we predicted that 30,000 low all the way back on around the early part of May, because there was a capitulation, and for various reasons that are inherent in crypto, that played out, where people were saying it's going to go to 20,000, 10,000, and we were saying inside our community, no, it won't. It won't. Absolutely no way, because of the properties. And what you're seeing here is a very similar thing. The probability is for upward price momentum, and it could get really, really crazy when we start to get past these unfortunate Chinese issues. I just want to take you into this COVID drop just here. The US liquidity crisis and the COVID drop. We can see that the price, let's just make it easy, was around 11,000, and it dropped to around 3,800. Holding through such a significant drop would have been very difficult for the vast majority of people. What smart money does, it buys these capitulation events. It knows that they are literally money in the bank. That's why we focus on buying falling knives. Of course, the falling knife may last more than one day, and that's why we're always seeking to cycle in and out of profit wherever we can. But you can imagine, say, buying at $4,000 and riding it all the way up to around $60,000. What a blast. This is why we always seek to have some money in the 10-5-10 volatility fund. I'd like to thank all the very kind and generous community members who've reached out and bought me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/cryptotradingks. Thanks so much, everyone. I'd especially like to thank Princey. Thanks, Princey, for your very nice comment. And Wrecked. Thank you so much, Wrecked. You're always so funny. There, I never log in with my private view because I always keep confidential things confidential, but I just really like calling out to people and saying thank you. And also thank you very much to Rudy. Rudy said, this 10-5-10 rule works like pure magic. Ken, it sounds crazy, but I was meditating for such an event, like learning from you and following your guidance. You are super cool. Oh, you are super cool too, Rudy. And we've got the absolute best community. So thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, Rudy. Very nice. If you've been so generous as to buy me a coffee on the buymeacoffee.com/cryptotradingks site, just go into posts. I'll just log in and show you what that means. Okay, all logged in now. So you just go across to posts, and you will see all of these different videos that I put out for the coffee club. It's just my way of saying thank you so much for your generosity. There is one in there on the 10-5-10 rule. It's been quite helpful for a lot of people, and I bring out one of these special videos every month just as my way of saying thanks. I'll be going through the 10-5-10 fund and a lot more information, deep dives on trend, timing and trigger, when to buy, when to sell, how to look at things, doing a deep dive on the knowledge and sharing a lot of secrets that I've accumulated over 30 plus years in financial markets. You'll find it really, really valuable and worthwhile. The target release for the masterclass is December 11th. If you've already emailed me, your particular very substantial discount is locked in. If you would like to receive a discount, if you'd like to lock that in, you can email me at ken@kenstanfield.com. Ken Stanfield, the D's, there are 2 D's in Stanfield. When we encounter really big sell-offs, it's very easy to get into the panic zone and the blame zone, especially even if we're in zone 3, the patience and rule zone. We're all human. I really love what Henry James said. 3 things in human life are important. The first is to be kind, the second is to be kind, and the third is to be kind. This is absolutely true in our journey towards real wealth, and we know real wealth is much more than money. Being kind is so important, especially if you don't feel like being kind. That shows real courage and real honor and real integrity to be kind when you don't feel like it. The secret word for today is kindness. Kindness is such a beautiful thing and very underrated. Being kind, everybody goes through a hard time. Everybody's fighting battles that are unknown. Being kind can change a person's life. It's such a beautiful thing to do. If you'd like to make a comment on kindness in the comments section on YouTube, that would just be beautiful. And I love the secret word community, how creative everybody was yesterday. Well done, my friends, just beautiful. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video if you think it will help others. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers. Please say hi and let me know where you're viewing from and if you have any questions. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, take care, and see you next time. Bye for now.